We're outside Bombardier here in Derby, Britain's last train manufacturer. They've had to cut their workforce by nearly half in the last year. They're now surviving on short-term contracts. The people of Derby are incensed that our government has let down our railway industry. And why? So that multi-billion-pound contracts, the rolling stock that they're going to run on British railways, can be awarded to foreign competitors.
Like most people, we had to start at the bottom, and we thought the Conservative Party was the natural party for the strivers, the go-getters, the party for low taxation and less state interference. But over time it has just become another tax and spend party, taking more and more of people's money and not giving any help to those working families.
There are a huge number of people like us who feel that the main parties, to which they've been loyal for many years, just aren't representing them anymore.
We now see UKIP as the natural home for previous Conservative voters like us that want a party that genuinely and passionately believes in taxing people less, promoting wealth creation, and a party above all that says if we're going to make laws for this country, they should be made in this country.
I was a Labour councillor for 14 years when I decided to join UKIP because UKIP believes in its country and its people. It believes in genuine localism and bringing power back to the heart of the community without towing a party line.
All over the country, from every walk of life, people like you are turning to UKIP and saying, enough's enough, it's time we got our country back. And because of that, we've overtaken the Lib Dems and we're now third in the polls. If you go out on May the 3rd and vote UKIP, you're voting to take power away from professional career politicians in Brussels and Westminster and to return it to the people. Last year in Ramsey in Cambridgeshire, we took control of a town council for the first time, and there we've been able to show people what we're really capable of.
In local government, UKIP has two key principles: community before party and what we call rolling up your sleeves. Community before party is making sure that every one of our councillors are there for their community, not the party line. And rolling up your sleeves does as it sounds. It's about allowing people to be involved. And what's wonderful about that is not just that it builds a better community, but it also means we have to charge less tax.
And of course that's what it's all about. There is far too much bureaucracy in local government. We have too many professional politicians, and by getting the people involved we can cut costs. By cutting costs, that money can go back into our communities and our people can spend it in their towns.
I think it's been good for the town itself. We've noticed that policing's better in the town, you know, it's more visible. The town's a lot tidier.
If you elect a UKIP council, you're electing a council that will fight for the green belt and stop the building of wind turbines. It's a council that will regenerate town centres and tackle antisocial behaviour and the things that really cause people a problem in their lives.
The definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And if you go out and vote for the old parties on May the 3rd, you will get more failure. Failure on jobs, immigration, crime, and the prospects for our young people. It's time for a real change. It's time for the politics of conviction. It's time for a party that says we will put the interests of the British people first. Go out on May the 3rd and vote for the UK Independence Party.